Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer, and you're listening to The Razor's Edge.
Hi, it's Kat from The Razor's Edge, and I'm here with Katie from Pupil Slicer in Birmingham tonight. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. So your 7th night into the tour with your Void 7 going off. How's it going?
It's going pretty sick, but I couldn't wish for better people to be touring with. They're just really nice people. The shows have been really good, so yeah, it's going great.
Brilliant. So we're here tonight. It's Halloween.
Yeah.
And we know there's a Hawaiian shirt theme possibly. Is there anything else we can expect from you during your set? Or are you keeping a little bit of a surprise?
Well, we're going Mario themed, so
interesting.
We've all got costumes. It's going to get pretty hot on stage, I think, but we'll try our best to not die out there.
Right, well, hopefully you won't. It's quite a hot little venue, isn't it, when you get to go in? Have you been in there before?
Well, no, it's our first time playing.
Quite a low stage as well, so it is quite warm. Okay, we'll see how hot you are afterwards. So we spoke to Luke at Art Tangent, and he was filling us in on how the summer festivals were. So how did they go for you? How did you enjoy doing them? Are you looking forward to doing some more next year?
Yeah, hopefully. We haven't got anything booked in yet for next year for festivals, but it's a bit early for that. They went really well this year. We had downloads. That was our first time there. It's probably the biggest show we've done. It was about 8,000 people, and like there were people circle pitting from the first note. So it's pretty crazy to get that. Like only a couple of days after the album came out, it's sort of like a launch party for it. And then after that, we had 2 hours sleep, got on a plane to Poland and played Mystic Festival the next day. So that was quite a trip.
I can imagine.
I was very, very tired the next day. We played our set and then just slept in the venue until Meshuggah played, watched Meshuggah and went home. We did Radar Festival as well. That was really good. And Art Tangent. It's been a good year so far. We did the Boris tour earlier in the year. That was really good. They were really nice as well. I think we've been really lucky to be touring with bands that are so open to like sort of getting some secrets of the trade, learning on the job, like finding ways to improve our own set. I think it's been a really good year of development for us, and I think our set at the moment is better than it's ever been.
That's good to hear, because we'll be seeing you in a bit. But obviously Blossom came out in May, as you just touched on. And June. It's been really well received, isn't it? There's been quite a lot of critical acclaim to it, and it's definitely going to be on people's album of the year lists.
Well, I wouldn't.
I'm sure it will be. I've got our contribution already. How do you feel about the album? Are you really proud of it, moving into your second album? Because it's always like that second album curse, isn't there? You've had the first one and it's building on it then.
I'm really proud of what we did on it. I think we achieved everything I wanted to. I'm really happy. I think it was a good step up in production and performance and songwriting. Like, we spent a lot of time working on this album. We also, with the first album, we didn't really know what we were doing. It was our first time recording an album, whereas this one was sort of, we had a bit more experience going into it, and I think it made it, we did it all in one go, whereas the first album was like doing bits over a year to get it all together. This one was just like 28 days in the studio. It's like 2 days off. It was pretty brutal, but it came out good in the end, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm glad people seem to be connecting with it.
What's the process like for you as a band? I mean, is it quite an organic process, or are you quite structured that you want to do things in a specific timeline?
We tried to do things on a specific timeline for this, so the album would be able to come out when it did, just before the summer festivals. And it did make it quite a stressful experience sort of working to that time scale, because I can't make myself write if it's not coming. So we ended up finished writing it like a week before we went into the studio, which didn't leave much time for learning the songs.
Yeah.
But we pulled it off, and I was really happy with how it went in the end. The writing process, a majority of it is I'll have riffs, get the songs together in a sort of vague form. Depending on what sort of song it is, I might want to jam those riffs with Josh, our drummer. So for the more sort of melodic stuff, that's sort of more of an organic process of us going back and forth, like in a room together, jamming away. With some of the more mathy things, it's a little bit more the only way to really approach that is, I'll write all the guitar tracks, put it on a click track, send that to Josh, and then Josh will like get some drums going throughout it, and then from those drums we'll then get some bass written, whether it's me writing the parts or Luke writing his own. And that all sort of comes together. Then we end up with songs at the end, and then I write some lyrics. I might have an idea of what I want the song to be about when I've written it melodically, or it might come sort of earlier in the process or later. That sort of varies from song to song. Yeah, that's sort of an overview of the process that goes into making an album.
So you've had a busy year, obviously. Is there anything you can talk to us about that you might be up to in the next 12 months? Will we be looking at, is it too early for new material? And I know you said there's no summer festivals booked in yet, but have you got anything that you'd like to achieve in the next 12 months?
We'd like to get a headline out, because we're really proud of the album, and I think we haven't been able to like do a proper Blossom set, whether it's playing the album in full or like just having a nice headline set where we can sort of get the production value and like all the elements of it together, and like really do it justice. Not that we're like, it's just on this tour we've got half an hour to play, but then with tight turnarounds you want to make that set 25 minutes so you're not rushing. And then with breaks, that means we're only actually playing like 22 minutes of music on this tour. So it'd be nice to get like a 45-minute set in and like sort of take that around the UK, because this is our first UK tour since the album came out, and we're only playing 4 songs. So yeah, we'd like to get a headline tour in, maybe some supports again next year. I mean, there's always a ever-expanding list of bands we'd love to play with, and like bands we grew up with. And like we've been really lucky to get to play with the bands we have, like Boris and Employed to Serve. Like played with Godflesh and Rolo Tomasi and End, and those are all like really important bands to us. So it's really cool that we've been getting these opportunities. So no, we've had some really cool tour opportunities for next year. We just haven't had something that like lines up with the schedule just right yet. So yeah, there's certainly more stuff coming, and I'm writing, but it's quite a slow process, so probably not any new music in the next 12 months. But I'm cooking.
We'll see through maybe the year after.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a long process, like you're saying, and it's got to be right. You've got to want to put that record out, haven't you? You've got to be something that creatively you're really pleased with.
Exactly. That's like it's. I mean, if I was just paying out everything I wrote, there'd be a lot of albums. We've got like gigabytes of like song ideas and like random riffs and loads of things, and it's just like I'm very selective with sort of, if it's not like the sickest thing I think I've come up with, it's not going on. And the cool thing about Blossom is all those songs at some point I was like, oh, this is the best thing I've written. Oh, this is the best thing I've written. And like I want to have that sort of feeling of being really excited about things we're writing, instead of just like, it'd be really easy to sort of do Mirrors 2 and do more stuff in that vein. But if we want to evolve as a band, like it's finding new ways to approach it, new takes on the same ideas, and sort of just writing the music that comes to us, and we want stuff we're really pleased with, so we're very picky with what we're putting out.
And so you should be. So you should be. It's your baby, it's your material. I know you're selling it to bands, but ultimately you own it.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to our music a lot because I make music I want to hear. Like, if I'm like, this sounds really cool, like, what's the point in doing it if you're not really excited to play it and hear it yourself? So I had to stop myself a bit from, like, over-listening to it because I want to still be able to enjoy it. But,
are you one of those people that if you listen to it a lot, you might start to pick fault with yourself? You might
maybe not that. It's just, you get tired of it. Like, if you get your favourite album, like you'll get really into a song, listen to that song. If it's someone else's song that you really like over and over until you can't listen to it anymore. Because I'm one of those people that will just like listen to the same thing on a loop, like listen to the same album for like 2 months straight, and then not want to listen to it again for 2 years, despite really liking it. So don't want that to have to chance here.
No, just put it away for a few months.
Yeah, and then come back, and then I'll be like, oh, I forgot this is so good.
So what's it like being signed to Prosthetic Records? Just to know that they've got quite a good reputation.
Yeah,
they've got a lot of really good bands on there.
Yeah, they've been really supportive, like helping us a lot with. I don't think we'd be where we were without them helping us get the music out there to fans. Like we hadn't really had any experience with being signed or even putting an album out before, and they were really helpful with achieving that. And like obviously they helped with like PR and like contacts, and like we wouldn't be getting interviews if like we didn't have someone like Becky, our publicist, to help with like liaising stuff. And like it's a lot of stuff to manage on your own, let alone releasing stuff and like trying to make sure people hear it. Like even from like a non-PR side of things, it's really hard to get people to hear your music. And so like, having that platform, I think, helps a lot more people that like they would have liked us, but they wouldn't have heard of us if we didn't have that utility to us.
Yeah. And it's obviously working, because we're sat speaking to you for the third time this year.
Oh, yeah, well, thank you.
It's nice to catch up.
Thanks for wanting to talk to us.
The last 2 years we've seen a wave of bands coming around. Yourself, we've got Justine, we've got Deb from Harriet. Do you feel that the music industry as a whole is getting more accepting?
Yeah, I think it's a really good time. Like maybe some of the preconceptions around what kind of people are into what sorts of music are lifting, which is really good because I don't think it's necessarily like more people that aren't just like cis-het guys into it. I think it's more having the representation there means people are more open with what stuff they like. They feel more confident. Like for me, seeing like Justine and Connie from C-Space, Cowboy on stage, like as bands I really liked like 6-7 years ago, that was really inspirational for me to feel like I could do it as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's just sort of like seeing more people succeed that look like you really helps you to feel comfortable to pursue the things you want to do, because there's like a little bit of a stigma around this sort of music, and you're like weird if you're the one who's
definitely. And the type of band you're in and employed to serve, and if they cut, but more left field of the traditional like rock and metal bands, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I think it's good to see you guys, on stage. And like you're saying, doing festivals like Download for this a wide audience.
Yeah.
Which maybe a few years ago wasn't a big accepted.
Yeah, no, I think it's just cool, because I think it's just exposing more people to different sorts of things. So I think that's always a good thing to just have in the industry. You shouldn't have people excluded because they feel like they're not welcome, even if they like want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And like you say, we actually had, this, I don't know, people have excluded people in the past quite a lot. And I'm sure it still goes on, but just it's good to hear that you feel it's getting better, and lots of people do feel that it's moving forward.
Yeah.
Is there anybody we should be listening to at the moment that you can recommend to anybody listening today?
I really like Burner. Our Friends in Death Goals are really cool. Shooting Daggers, really cool queer feminist punk band. Dreamwell, really cool. I could go on for hours. So, yeah.
There's a few things for people to listen to, yeah? Well, we won't take up any more of your time because we know you're going to be on about an hour or so, and it was lovely to speak to you. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, I've got to get in costume.
Yeah, get in costume. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website, www.therazorsedge.rocks.